Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about gift giving, since it is that time of the year when hopefully we have all already started buying for our friends and loved ones, or at least making a plan. But as I have been saying for a few weeks, maybe even months now, this year more than any year, you want to start purchasing early if you're going to be purchasing, because as we all know, there are some supply chain issues which are making some items unavailable or running late. So it's best if you know you're going to have a problem if you know about it early and can make an alternative plan or do something else to suffice for the big gift opening. So keep that in mind. Don't put it off this year, please. Go ahead and make a plan, and please start with a budget before you make your plan, because it's never a good idea to spend more than you have available to spend. And I think anyone who is your friend or loved one or is worthy of getting a gift from you is going to understand if maybe this year isn't the year that you can spend a lot of money on someone, but maybe time would be more appreciated anyway. So I have some good gift guides and gift ideas on my blog post, which can be found at www.kaylaprice.com. And on there, some of them are from seasons past. Some of it doesn't change. I do have a new one this year about Advent calendars. I think it is a cute idea and really cool. There are so many Advent calendars out there. So if you have a friend that loves Dolly Parton, there is a Dolly Parton Advent calendar out there. If you have a friend that loves wine, there are lots of wine Advent calendars out there. So think about something unusual, a little bit different. Of course, there's makeup, there's lipsticks, there's, makeup brands like Dior has a Advent calendar. Stores have Advent calendars of curated collections they offer, like Harrods has one, I believe Ulta has one, Sephora has one. So whatever your person may enjoy, there is an Advent calendar. So chocolates, there's candy for young people. There are those little brain teaser, metal things that come together. There's Advent calendars for that. There's Advent calendars for those who love Harry Potter. There is an Advent calendar out there for everybody on your list, including ones that you can fill yourself. So those are options. And read my blog post for lots more ideas and ways to maybe do your own and sort of Advent calendar. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is the actual gift giving. I am a big believer in disposable gifts and experiential gifts for adults. Now, little people, they usually have, I would even say, through college age, they have things they need or want, or things, as an adult, you may want to make sure they have, such as me giving, my stepsons some tire inflator things. I'm not, whatever that would be called, but that was a safety issue. That's something that they needed and I wanted them to have, and it's something they have used. Now they might have, enjoyed a new game or something such as that more, but anyway, you get it. You know where I'm going with that. But if you are giving a gift to your mother or best friend or spouse or someone who is an adult who usually goes out and buys anything they want or need, then that kind of makes it hard as the gift giver, because you don't want to give them a gift card. You don't want to give them just any old thing you picked up. You want to make sure it's something personal and enjoyable and useful. And that's where I know, at my age, I don't really need another knick-knack. I don't really, need clothes because I buy them. I don't even probably need beauty things because I buy them. So my husband, thankfully, is really good about finding unusual gifts and buying those for me, which I think is nice because it's always something I don't already have. But for most of our adult friends and family, if we would give them experiential gifts or disposable gifts, I think it would make their life easier and maybe even the gift receiving easier and the gift giving easier. So what I mean by those two terms are experiential gifts, meaning give them something they can experience. You know, a lot of people these days are a lot more into experiences and not owning things. And things can weigh us down, tie us down, take up space, require maintenance, require upkeep. And for a person downsizing or in a tiny home or doing something to where they're trying to live life freer and away from stuff, then giving them stuff doesn't really help them or even show that we're necessarily in tune with where they're trying to go. So experiences are things that you might, as the gift giver, want to experience with them. So say your gift this year is, I'm going to take you to dinner and a movie. You get to pick the movie and you get to pick where we go eat. Or I want to take you to a play, and this is the play in Dallas or Houston or New York that we're going to, and then I have great dinner reservations for afterward. Make a plan that's something you can either do with them or something that they can do on their own or with their family or spouse and enjoy something that way. If you're far away, you know, unless you plan on making the travel of y'all meeting up or you meeting them something that's part of the gift, then it's going to have to be something that your friend and their spouse or friend can do wherever that friend is. So think about that. What is an activity that you want to do together, or an activity y'all have always talked about doing together, or something new that you think your friend would enjoy or your spouse would enjoy? So those are some great options. It doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. A night at the movie in your local town, I mean, it could be $20, $30, $40, and it'll just make great memories and great fun. Now, the other term being disposable, it doesn't necessarily mean you give me a gift, I throw it away. It means something that has a usefulness to it and a life that when it is over, it's not something that the recipient is having to store or maintain or display each time you come over because you get your feelings hurt if they didn't. So things that would be considered disposable would be foods, such as a bottle of wine, a cake, cookies, you know, a cookie of the month subscription. It might be flowers, or even like a flower of the month subscription. It could be candles. Candles are something that, unless you have a scent issue or allergy, or someone in the recipient's home does, then candle is always something fun to receive. You burn it. When it burns out, you can decide to keep the container it's in, or you can throw the container away. So think about that as an option. Other disposables might be perfumes or plants. If there's like a certain, you know, soda pop they enjoy, or a certain, you know, delicacy from another town. Maybe they like New York style pizza. You could have a New York style pizza sent to them. Just anything that's out of the ordinary, but not something they're going to have to continue to keep and upkeep if maybe they don't want to. So, you know, if your friend loves to cook, maybe it would be some neat flavored oils or balsamic vinegars. Or if your friend enjoys, you know, trying new, well, even makeups and beauty products or perfumes would be considered disposables because they get used up and then go away. So you might not want to say, here friend, here's some makeup for you because you're needing it. But you might, you know, if there's in conversation they say, oh, I've been wanting to try the new Dior red lipstick. Well, maybe that would be a nice disposable, something that goes with what they are wanting to try, but it's not something that they're going to have to babysit forever. So those are my recommendations and suggestions, especially for adults. And the last thing, it's the end of the year. It is gift giving season. It's when we think about what is important in life, and maybe the best way you could honor a friend or family member would be with an honorary gift to a nonprofit that they would support or care about. So maybe it's a friend who has had heart issues in the past, and maybe a donation to the American Heart Association or to the local hospital might be a nice way to honor them and their, them and their family at this time of year. My sister loves to read, and I would hate to buy her a book because I have no idea how many millions of books she's read and which one she's read and, what's the author she's really wanting to read right now. So it'd probably be safer for me to purchase for her or make in her honor a donation to our local library that I know she cares a lot about. So I would be creative with how you best honor one of your friends or family members. Maybe they do need something. Maybe they need a new pair of shoes and you know exactly which pair of shoes they want and need, and buying those would be a blessing to them. But if you're not that honed in on exactly what they need, consider experiential gifts, disposable gifts, and contributions to a nonprofit in their honor. So please check out my blog, as I mentioned, for other specific ideas. Maybe you won't find the actual gift you need to be giving on that list, but you might just, by reading the ideas, say, oh, well, she needs this, she needs that, he wants this, he wants that. So it'll at least get your mind working and give you some ideas. I also have blog posts on experiential and disposable gifts, and so lots of things for you to be inspired by. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already subscribed, if you would, please do that. And if you don't mind, while you're there, go ahead and hit the thumbs up so that I know you like this video and that I should be making more. And I will be bringing you more holiday content in the weeks ahead, so be sure and keep an eye out for a new video. I usually post them Sunday mornings, so I will see you next week, okay? Thank you.